Hey, what's going on, guys? What's goody? What's goody in the hoodie? It is Explicit Blabber TV, also known as Dynamite Dan ASMR. That's Dynamite underscore Dan underscore ASMR, where we do tarot card readings and we do ASMR and we do uh, some anything that's basically soothing to the spirit, to the heart. We do a little bit of everything here, and we do a little bit of everything on that other channel. So I definitely recommend that you subscribe to both channels. Um, I will link my other channel in the description bar and in the comments. Today we're gonna be doing hold on one second. I don't know if the lighting's really good here. Lighting is pretty much not good anywhere fully, but let's see. See, guys, work with me here. Okay, I mean, I can live with this. So anyway, just wanted to come on here, pop on here right quick, and just do a reading for all four signs. We're doing water signs, air signs, earth signs, fire signs. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are blessed. Sometimes some people come in here and they want to see my face and they want to sit and chat, and then other times nobody comes in here. But either which way, energetically, I'm connecting to all those who are able to relate to this message, all those who need this message. This message is timeless. So whenever you see the live stream, even if it's 5 years, 10 years, 50 years from now, 100 years from now, it is meant for you to receive it right then and there. Okay? So we're going to start off with fire signs, and I hope you guys are doing well. You know what I'm saying? We're going to do one card pull for each signs, and we're going to talk about finances today, because that's a lot of the times that's what's on people's minds is that dollar bill, y'all. Okay, so let me pull one card for fire signs. We ask the spirit cleanse any blockages to these messages, and allow for the messages to flow the way they need to. Allow for you to use me as a vessel in order to relay these messages uh, to this audience here. All right. So for fire signs, we pulled the Justice card. I so hate the fact that it's backwards, but anyways, we'll try to figure something out in the future. Hey YouTube, allow for us to flip the camera so that we can have it, so our cards show up the right side, they show up properly on camera. Anyways, Justice card has to do with my well, let me just sit for a second and just think, or just feel out this energy. So I'm just getting like automatically there's like workplace drama, like just petty stuff, nothing that's actually serious, nothing that actually will get you fired or would get the other person or people involved fired. However, it's affecting your mental health and probably the other people's that are involved, their mental health as well. Maybe for the most part, it seems like somebody was lying on you, you know what I'm saying? Or embellishing the truth to make it look like you were in the wrong and you knew better and you chose to go in a particular direction. But that's not the case. They're saying that justice will prevail in your case. That they will come, something will happen that will allow for you to be exonerated. They're saying that this needs to happen because the people that are there, they need to go. Basically, they need to go, and this needs to like come. It has to happen this way because by them messing with you, and later on it comes to light that they were lying or that they were embellishing the truth or whatever, it allows for people to see their true colors, and maybe for a while they got away with it. Maybe you came after they had already started working at this place of employment, and so people kind of have rose-colored glasses towards these people, but they're actually these people or this person is just not a good person, um, and they needed to go for a while, and so this situation allows for that to happen, so that now the work environment is completely different once they're gone. But you just gotta tough it out for the next couple of. There's no duration of time. I don't feel that there's a duration of time. I feel like this applies to a lot of different people at the workplace, but this justice does come. You know what I'm saying? Justice has to do with fairness, truth, accountability, and consequences. So, um, you speak your truth no matter what. Don't silence yourself. Stay truthful. Stay honest. It will pay off. You know what I'm saying? You will not have to be going back and forth with this person forever. And maybe you've been contemplating, hey, maybe I need to part ways with this job, or how am I going to deal with this person, or should I be petty, or should I go on Facebook or go on Twitter, X. No, I call it Twitter because it's Twitter. You can't send an X, but you can send a tweet. So there's that. Anyways, don't go on social media and try to dog them out, because justice is already on your side, fire signs. Don't be too stressed out about that. It says it's gonna go your way. All right, hold on one second. Let's see. I forgot something over there, but yeah, don't stress out, fire signs. Moving on to air signs. What's going on, air signs? As a fellow air sign myself, how you guys doing? I feel like the energy has been up and down. My personal mood has been really good, but everybody, the surrounding energies might be up and down right now. So hopefully you guys are doing well, energetically speaking. And we're gonna shuffle these cards. I'm doing a shuffle with one hand. Can you believe it? I'm holding the phone with one hand and shuffling with one hand. I'm a multi-faceted person. All right. Air signs. We have your card is your partner is ready to fully commit to you. Your partner's ready to fully commit to you. So maybe you're collaborating at the job, having some sort of group project. You guys are of one mind. You guys are, if you might be nervous, or maybe you're nervous about collaborating with this person. Maybe they're often shy. Maybe they're often to themselves. They don't talk a lot, so you don't even know how to conversate with them. Or maybe they have a history of just not getting along with people. You guys are gonna gel well together. I'm seeing multiple things coming in for this card. Yeah, I just think that that these coworkers that you think that you're not gonna make headway with, you're gonna do just fine with them. Maybe you're starting a new job as well. I get into that too. Somebody starting a new job, so don't be nervous about any sort of work relationship where you're meeting new coworkers or you're collaborating with coworkers that you're not used to. I just see you guys having a good working relationship, and the project going well. You know what I'm saying? See you guys catching up, going out for drinks probably after work, maybe even having like a relationship, some sort of relationship outside of work, because of how good you guys collaborate at work. And then I even heard something about somebody that you work with either now or in the near future. It might be somebody that you end up dating. I highly don't recommend you date anybody at your job. I highly don't recommend that. I highly recommend you separate those two things if you can. Uh, you can't help who you fall in love with and when you fall in love, but I would definitely recommend you try not to do that if you, you know, or at the very least, you know, just just make sure that you're professional at work and make sure you keep those two things, business and pleasure, separate. But yeah, whatever's happening in your work relationships is going pretty is going well. And anything else in terms of like I'm talking to Spirit now. Spirit, is there anything like else in terms of their finances, money, stuff like that that they need to zone in on for the air signs? So I'm getting a lot of the distractions. Sometimes when I'm doing these messages, I get a lot of there's a lot of like static, so to speak. It's just hearing just go where you're welcome. Also, go where you're welcome. In terms of finances, don't try to force anything financially to happen. Just go where you're welcome. Go where it's easier to make money. Go where it's easier if you have a business or whatever. Do the thing that's tried and true. Uh, Seems like whatever commitment that you've made, it's like it's solidified, it's solid, you know. So you don't have to go. It's already established. It says you're already what's happening right here, right now. What you've been doing is what you need to keep doing. That's it. That's it, Earth signs. Um, Earth signs, what's going on? We're gonna shuffle these cards. We're gonna get you a card for the finances. What's going on, Spirit? Let's get a card for Earth signs finances. It says when they call slash text you, tell them the truth and then block them for good. Tell them the truth. Tell them the truth and then block them for good. For my Earth signs. Do you have like a unhealthy working relationship? Maybe you cross the lines or cross the boundaries with somebody at work and you need to remain professional or regain the professionalism between you two. I'm hearing somebody needs to cancel like extra subscriptions, like you know how you have the subscriptions will just come and they'll take it out of auto pay. They're saying to double check that because you're gonna need whatever money's accidentally being taken out is going to mess you up in the middle of the month or towards the end of the month. You know what I'm saying? If we are in July, you gotta be thinking that it's August. You know what I'm saying? That's how things work, right? If you gotta, because all this month you're working for August, right? So you gotta think about August. You gotta think about September, right? So you want to go ahead and cancel those subscriptions, and you remember that they're prepaid, so you cancel them for now. You get them back later if you really truly need it. Prioritize what needs to be prioritized. Don't just be looking and just being like, hey, it's fine. No, like really prioritize what's most important so that you can feel a lot less stress. It's better to temporarily go without than to be at the end of the month, the beginning of the new month, and then stressing out and panicking and then wishing that you did block, remove these blockages from your finance. They're also saying something else. There's another message saying that somebody has a weird view of money. they have accommodated or not accommodated, adopted their parents' view of money, like scarcity. So these are completely different messages for multiple people, by the way, or multiple situations, you could say. But there's just a need for you not to adopt, to not let your parents' view of money be your view of money, because their financial situation, although we still live in a capitalistic society, things are different. Technology is different, internet's different. You know, so many different laws have passed, things have changed. So because of that, we must change and evolve with everything that's going on, including our finances. Sometimes the older folk, maybe they live a little bit too scarcely. I'm getting that your parents spend a lot of money, like they spend too much money on things that they don't need, and they have a lot of things in storage. They have a lot of things in storage that they don't even use. And then when you go and say, hey, mom, dad, what about this? Are you using this? And they're like, oh, no, we're going to use it later. No, we're going to, we need that for this. And then it's like in the box, unused, like a lot of things, clothing with tags on it, clothing that has never been worn. And it's like, it's been like that for years. Like they're are borderline hoarders. They're saying don't adopt your parents' view of money, because although they might have a lot of material things, the reason why they have them is because it's out of scarcity. They're scared that if something happens, that they won't have something. You know what I'm saying? When the universe and God and spirit, the ancestors, whoever you believe in, they say that we have an abundance of everything. They show that we have abundance of everything. Food, clothing, and shelter. For the most part, is free. It's human beings that have put a price tag on these things and have made ourselves jump through hoops that God never told us that we had to jump through. So it's important to not have to have your own view of your finances, and to take your finances seriously. That you can, even with the 9 to 5, boring 9 to 5 job, that you can build generational wealth. I think a lot of people wait until like they feel like, well, I have to own a business in order to build generational wealth. I think that no, that your mindset is what needs to change. Once you change your mindset, then all these doors or windows of opportunity open for you. So that's the message that I have so far. Is there anything else, Spirit, for these earth signs in regards to their finances? I don't know. I'm just feeling like be assertive, see beyond the illusions that people put before us. Release fear, your fear of money, your fear of making money, not making enough, or whatever. Just release those things. One more card. And just speak your mind. You know what I'm saying? Be truthful. This one says your throat chakra is out of alignment. So it's about showing up authentically, speaking your mind, saying speaking your truth in regards to your finances. How do you feel about it? You know what I'm saying? Don't let society, you know what I'm saying, be strong. Have a really strong backbone. I know that we live in society, but you can shape and mold society just like they shape and mold you. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be like everybody else. Do your own thing and try something different. I know it can be risky because you're like, well, I don't want to end up in a bad situation that I can't get out of, but that's not a good enough excuse not to speak your mind. So that's it. That's what I have for earth signs. And last and certainly not least, we have our water signs. What's going on, water signs? Hopefully you guys are doing well. You know what I'm saying? I haven't been paying attention to the astrology. I don't know where the sign of the sun, or the sign of the moon, or where the stars are, where the planet is. I used to kind of be more into that, but kind of like to just do my own thing and just let the cards fall where they fall, And if spirit motivates me to actually seek that knowledge, then I do so. I don't need to open up something and read it every day and be obsessed with it and let it dictate my mood. But overall, my mood has been great, and I hope that yours mood has been great as well, water signs. So we're gonna get into it. We're gonna do a general overlook on what's going on with your finances, the advice that Spirit has for you. Right, Spirit? Go ahead and get a card for water signs. Let's see. Oh, almost dropped the cards. Shuffling with one hand, guys. Just one hand. All right, water signs. It says, spill your seed of creation onto the universe it yearns for you. So do you have a special talent or ability, water signs? It says you are aligned with the universe. A cycle ending and beginning. And being really committed to this creative endeavor. So they're saying that there's some sort of creative endeavor or something. Maybe, you know, I just seen somebody knitting or sewing. You know what I'm saying? Remember, all these messages are coming in at once, so, you know, bear with me. But somebody has just like a hobby that they think is just a hobby, but it's not just a hobby. Something that has to do with sex or sexuality. Maybe you want to do a class on sexual health, sexual behavior. Maybe you selling lube or something in that wheelhouse of lube for sexual contact or whatever. Whatever it is, don't be afraid to do that. They're saying maybe the way that you, maybe information is not new, a new concept, but the way that you are going to explain or whatever product that you have is very unique. The way that you explain it, the way that you present it, the way that you sell it, you know, is very unique. So don't shy away from that just because it's about sex. I don't know if you can say that word on YouTube, so I'm being careful, which I don't want to be, because this is explicit blabber TV, so we should be able to be as explicit as we want, right? But yeah, so even if it's about sex, don't be like, oh my gosh, this is so rogue, this is so taboo. I wonder what the church people are going to say, or my mom's going to say, or, you know what I'm saying, because I'm doing this. No, I feel like it's going to be successful. I'm hearing, you know, maybe selling it on Etsy. Is that how you say ETSY? Etsy. There's other spaces like that are similar to Etsy. But I know that that's the top contender of, you know, selling homemade products. I mean, Etsy has food. I didn't even know you could sell food on there, but you can sell food on there. You can sell earrings, jewelry. You can sell bags. You can make anything and just sell it on Etsy. It's a really a good space for people who are entrepreneurs that want to get their services out there. Yeah, so some sort of business in regards to that. But either which way, somebody wants to be in a creative space. You want to draw, you want to paint, you want to dance, and you want to monetize your talents. Spirit is saying to go ahead and pursue that. Rome wasn't built in a day, like they say. So it might start off to where the money, you know, starts to drip in, then it starts to trickle, then it really starts to run in, you know. But it takes effort, and first and foremost, it takes you believing that this is something that can happen, you know. If you don't believe, let me stand up for a second. Yeah, if you don't believe that it's real, you don't believe, lighting is kind of weird, but anyways, if you don't believe that it's real, you don't believe that it can happen, then it's not happening, you know. Hold on one second. These cards are trying to fall. But yeah, if you don't believe that it can happen, then it's not happening. You know, that's the first thing. Sorry, the cards were in the way. Cards were in the way, man. But yeah, man, if you don't believe that it can happen, if you don't believe that it can happen, it's not happening. That's the first step. So kind of get caught up in going the safe route, doing the thing that's traditional, and then you shy away from doing things that that actually would potentially make your heart happy. You know what I'm saying? And I think that we get into this slavery mindset. You know what I'm saying? I was talking yesterday. I was saying like every group of people have gone through this phase where slavery existed in their space, and it's not fair. It's not right. It's not necessary. We actually really truly do bring unnecessary hurt and pain to ourselves for no reason. Unnecessary pain, by just saying I can't do this. I don't deserve this. Just subconsciously saying these things. Um, Understand that there's a whole bunch of spiritual warfare happening, and it's been happening for a while. So sometimes when you're getting in your head, you got to remember that some of the stuff that you're hearing isn't your thoughts. It isn't your energy. Remembering that we are, you know, energy. I'm saying that energy overlaps energy. When you're at the grocery store, you're picking up on energies from other people. Everybody's just on top of each other, all the time. So it's important to clear your head, get out, and create space between you and other people. You know what I'm saying? I know people have busy lives, but it's important for us to do that. That's a message that I've been hearing Spirit say over and over and over and over again. He said, "You're saying, be creative, be unique, and seek solitude, because solitude is medicine." You know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean you have to stand up without your phone or with, what I'm saying? Go outside with a book, you know what I'm saying? But do something that requires you to potentially be off of your phone, because most people are around technology, in your car, on your phone, at work, on the computer. You can't really get away from technology, like technology, unless you choose to do so. Um, so, but Spirit keeps knocking that into the messages to create that space, because that space is what allows for you to grow and to thrive. And it's hard to break the pattern of always being at a party, always being on your phone, but it's something that's necessary. And we did this reading. I'm doing this reading on finances because I don't know. It was in my heart to do it. Especially it's the third of the month, so most people just paid their rent. So I guess it was on my mind to do that. Let me just move over here for a second. I don't know if the lighting is going to be much better over here. It kind of is. I don't know. But either which way, can't really see too well. But either which way, it's just important for us to make space for ourselves, and nobody's gonna make space for you. You gotta make space for yourself. Nobody's gonna make time for you. You gotta make time for yourself. There are people that are in our lives that love us and care about us, our immediate family and our extended family, maybe even our people that we work with. But nobody should care about you more than you care about yourself. So nobody should love you more than you love yourself. And so that's why I keep hearing Spirit pushing for us to go into these spaces where, pardon the lighting, because I'm moving around. And there's a I was thirsty. There's a need for us to prioritize our self love, because on average, nobody's gonna do it for us. And really and truly, it's about it's a good tool to utilize, to have. No matter where you go, that with or without people, I'm good. And then when it comes to our finances, it allows for us to have this extra confidence in ourselves, to be like, yeah, I know who I am, and I believe in myself. And whether you're opening a business or you're at work at a traditional 9 to 5, if you're an employee or a manager, you have this confidence about yourself, confidence in your abilities, and it does trickle down. Your self-love journey trickles down into every facet of your life. So that's why Spirit is really trying to knock that into our heads. So yeah, I'll probably be on tomorrow. The lighting is so amazing right here where we are in the middle of nature. You're never gonna catch me inside. You're never gonna catch me inside. Even when they tell me to come inside, I'm gonna be outside because nature is so tranquil and so beautiful. And that's one thing about me. I'm gonna find me a spot where there's little to no people around, and I'm gonna do my thing because that's what I do. You know, I don't really love this hat. How it fits on my head. I don't really love it, but we're trying something different. You know, I like my glasses though. It says St. Thomas, USVI. That's where I'm from. Oh my gosh, maybe that's why I'm wearing the hat. All right, guys. So I might be back on later tonight if I feel like it, but I will definitely be back tomorrow. I'm trying to go live every single day now that it's the beginning of a new month. So uh, part of my self-love journey, see that I'm practicing what I preach, is showing up. You know, no matter what God says, Spirit says, ancestors and spirit guides, all of them say, no matter what, follow your heart and show up. You know, and that's part of my self-love journey, is to stay consistent in that, to prove to myself that I do believe in myself, that I can do it. I don't have to doubt my abilities, you know what I'm saying? Or I don't have to have a million people. I can have nobody in here, and just know that I feel good about it simply because I put it on my to-do list and then I crossed it off of my to-do list, and that's what makes it special to me, you know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, that's really a better thing, you know, like not a better thing, but it is a true example of a leader is, okay, if nobody's around, nobody's here watching you, how do you really move? How do you really act? How do you really think, you know? And can you stay consistent? Are you gonna see it through to the end? Are you gonna punk out, you know? Are you going to flake out, you know? So this is part of my self-love journey. So hopefully you're taking the time to be on yours. And like I said, this reading is timeless, and you can book a personal with me anytime. You can write the word personal in the not in the comments below, and I will respond. You know what I'm saying? Leave a comment. You know what I'm saying? Leave a like, leave an emoji, or don't do anything at all. But energetically, I've connected with you guys, and we've spent 30 minutes together, and so I will leave you now, and have a wonderful rest of your evening. And don't do anything that I wouldn't do.